Namaste. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and it's Tuesday. I'm here with live intuitive tarot readings. So welcome. I invite you to put your questions into the chat. And today I am going to be working with the True Heart Tarot by Rachel Hart. This is a deck that I haven't shared on my channel before. And I thought today that I would use one of the spreads from Rachel's deck as well as using her deck to do the readings. It is loosely RWS based deck, fairly easy to read. It's got lovely, lovely colors. I'm also contemplating doing a deck comparison video. I've got a couple of decks in mind that I would love to do. I like doing deck comp videos. It helps me to kind of work into the nuances of the deck, the energy of a deck, and I like doing my own tarot study ongoing. Anyway, so welcome. You can see the announcement below right here. Tarot-thon 2021 is happening at the end of May. This is the 4th annual Tarot-thon. This is a 24-hour event. You get 24, actually this year there's 23, 24, 25, about 25 different presenters. One of the hours, there's 3 people on at the same time. It is being hosted by Jen at Jen's Balanced Tarot. Simon has bowed out as the organizer this year, but we have an amazing, amazing lineup. So please be sure to mark your calendars. And if you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, I'm just going to put a link to the this is the video that I just uploaded to my channel. This it's a short video. It's about 7 or 8 minutes. It shows you everybody who is presenting during Tarot-thon. And yeah, so it starts at 10 a.m. British summertime, which is 2 in the morning here on Sunday, May 30th. And I will be present for as many of the presentations as I can show up for. And I'm going to be on at 9 p.m. Pacific. 9 p.m. Pacific, which is near the end of the lineup. And I'm going to be talking about significator cards, bringing back the significator cards, and how I have more recently been using significator cards in my spreads, and how to choose them and all of that. So that's my topic for Tarot-thon. Yeah, so kind of excited about that one. And one other announcement before we get going is that, let's take Tarot-thon off, this week, so tomorrow, after I go live in the Facebook group, I'm starting a 4-week series. I've called it Crystal Magic. And Crystal Magic, you can purchase as a 4-week class, or you can buy them a la carte. And this is a very practical approach to working with crystals. Each week has a different theme. Tomorrow is an introductory course. You will receive your handout before the class, so you know which crystals to pull out if you have crystals. And if you don't have crystals, you don't have to have any with you. You can just use this as an introduction, and maybe in the future, decide what you might like to purchase or how you like to work with them. And the descriptions for each of the 4 weeks are in my shop. So go to the shop on integrativehealingwithsadhana.com, and you can see what is up for each of the 4 weeks. And the 4th week is kind of intense. It could be a several week course in itself, but it'll be an introduction to the chakras and crystals and how I work with them with Reiki and different things. More on crystal medicine, I suppose, in that week. Yeah, so you'll get lots of guided meditations, and you'll also have access to the recorded videos after the class. So if you do have a question today, the intention of this particular spread is for insights into really anything. And if you look at the description box below, the points for each of the 5 card places are there. And I'm going to go over that in just a second. I want to say hello to Xenia and Effie, welcome. Mallory, hello again. Elena, nice to have you here. And Mysticshaven, welcome. MG, Effie, did I say hello to you? Hello. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to explain the spread first of all. Let me split the camera and just kind of go through. These are the card backs for Rachel's deck, which has the swords, all the elements on it. It's really pretty. This deck kind of calls to be edged in red. Red is such a hard color to work with. So in this spread, we will have 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm not sure why. Her intention is to have the 5th card up here. I always like to work with the layout as creators have created the spread, because there's always some magic, probably some magic here between 2 and 5. I can speak about that with chakras as well too. That's really interesting. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, this is not a chakra spread. This is Rachel True's Insight spread. This is going to be a really interesting card, number 1. So this is what you desire. And this may or may not fit with your question. And so that's going to be a really interesting card to interpret. This is kind of a yes or no question. Will you get it? Will you get it? And I'm going to have to work with these questions and kind of shift the questions as we look into your personal experience and whatever you've posted in the chat. The 3rd card is your question, is your desire in alignment with your higher self or with your path? And then the 4th card is, if attained, will this desire sustain? So will you be able to have the fortitude to carry through with this? And then here is the last card, is where your energy should be focused at this time. So this is not an outcome card. This is definitely a card of focus, which sits on top of the will you get it card. So kind of interesting. And we'll have fun playing with these cards today too. I'm not very familiar with this deck, so it is. I love getting surprises, when you don't know all the cards and then something comes up and it's kind of cool. All right, so we're going to start with Xenia. And I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Does Stephen have any plans on being with me and asking my mother permission to be with me? Okay. So this reading is for Xenia. I ask that you are present, that you're fully with me here. If you can stop what you're doing and sit down. If you're driving, pull over and take a few deep breaths, just so that energetically we can connect with one another. So this is a question regarding Xenia, Stephen, and also the mother. So does Stephen have any plans on being with me and asking my mother permission to be with me? Okay. All right. Well, that's an interesting card to have here. The Prince of Swords would be, I would say this would be a yes, but this is at the desire position. So this acknowledges, this is very much in alignment with your question, which fits really nicely. So the Prince of Swords speaks the truth, and speaks the truth quite eloquently. So this card speaks to communication. So I see that as very much in alignment with what you're asking. 7 of Cups. Will you get it? Okay. A lot of emotion here. There's a lot of choices. Let's put all the cards down. Let's try to weave this whole story together. This is where your energy should lie right now. 7 and 7. Okay. Wow. Okay, so 7 is a very magical number. And I want to look to the 7 and 7 on top of each other. 7 of water, 7 of fire. feminine, divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy, standing in your own power in different aspects. This really speaks to you getting crystal clear about who you are and what you want. So while your focus is on Stephen, and is Stephen going to take the next step? Is Stephen going to take the action? And your mother is also involved in this. The language around the question is one of not being in your own power. It's about surrendering to two other people in your life. And I understand culturally, this is perhaps the way things are done where you live. But what Spirit is asking you here is to be tall and to be strong and to know that you are a powerful woman and you deserve everything that you want. And so this is about not losing sight of yourself. Okay. 6 of Wands, which is a beautiful card, and 5 of Wands. Okay. Let's look at the position meanings. If attained, will this desire, so this is 3. Okay, this is the alignment card, and this is, will it sustain? Okay. Fire. So 3 fiery cards in this reading. It's always interesting to look at the balance of elements. 1 card of the emotions, 1 card of the heart, 1 card of the mind. There's no kind of grounding cards here. There's no pentacles here. So one of the messages for you today, Xenia, is to really keep your feet on the ground about this, right? To not get lost in your thoughts, to not get lost in... There's an absence of grounded energy. That's all I want to say. 6 of Wands is a beautiful card. It's a card of success. It's a card of getting what you want. This question is this in alignment? So this would say yes, that this relationship with Stephen, him asking your mother and so forth feels like something that is moving in the right direction. The 5 of Wands speaks to perhaps conflicts and challenges. And so I want to go back to these 2 cards here, because these 2 cards to me are speaking to this 5 of Wands over here. This particular card says, if attained, will this desire sustain? And so this speaks to anger. This speaks to arguments. This speaks to confrontations. And I think that is why these 2 cards are here, asking you to get really, really clear about why you want to be with Stephen. And I'm not saying that he's not the one for you, but it's really important that you find that strength and that beauty, the beauty in the strength. This is a perfectly balanced card of fire and water. So that's about you both being in touch with your feminine qualities as well as your strength. The strength is standing on top of the water. So I see that coming very much to the surface. Okay. This is not necessarily an outcome card, but what I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's like, you, in finding your own power, you will better be able to navigate disagreements, arguments, some kind of uncomfortable fiery activity, perhaps in the relationship with Stephen or with your mother, because you've brought a lot of parties into this question. Okay, so the answer feels like a yes, and you've received a lot of other information to go with that. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. All right, let's go on to the next question. And I am well, Xenia. I want to also say full moon blessings to everyone. Last night I lay out in the moonlight with my partner and watched the moon for a couple of hours, and we just chatted quietly, and it felt like a little further away than I was expecting it. Last night's moon was a super moon, and I thought it would be feel a little bit closer to the earth. It was also very damp where we were. So anyway, yeah. So I'm well. I'm well. I feel well drenched in moon energy. All right, let's go to Mysticshaven. And I want to say to everybody else that's coming into the chat, hello again to Diana, Ameya, and MG. Mallory, I believe I said hello. And so, Ameya, yes, you just put your question in the chat, and you're very early in the chat, so I'm sure that I will get to you. And Xenia, you are so very, very welcome. Glad to be of help. Okay, so we're going to go back up to Mysticshaven. And I hope that, in doing these different spreads every week, it, for those of you that read for yourself, it inspires you to, when a position in a spread doesn't make sense, there's always a way to figure it out. The cards are never wrong. The cards are there for a reason. And so my best advice is to take your time. Take your time with your readings. And if you are super confused, just walk away and come back later. All right, so let's focus on Mysticshaven. I would love some insight into the path ahead of me. Okay. As always, when it is your turn, please take some time to just stop what you're doing, focus on your breath. And if for some reason you've gone away and you're watching in the playback, that's fine. I feel throat restrictions, voice restrictions. Close your eyes, come to the breath in the throat. Feel a cool swirling air in the throat. And as you breathe in and out of the throat, intend that cool swirling air, perhaps you do see the color blue, to heal and move energy here. We want to have voice, power in the voice. And I'm feeling this, maybe this is something to do with Xenia's reading as well too, because you know how these themes tend to run through. So this is for Mysticshaven. So let's look at the first card, 10 of Wands. So tens, tens in general they're that place where the wheel is turning, where we are about to embark on a new cycle. The 10 is the one, this is the fire, right? So this is the suit of our passion. This is the suit of our creativity. It's the suit of our will. It's a really beautiful kind of illustration here. I feel a real unfolding of your passion, a real unfolding. It's almost as if this is like the target. It feels like there's a target here. And the way that these wands are configured in this particular artwork are supporting, they're providing strength and a foundation for the legs. Like you can go ahead. It's almost like this feels like chariot energy, masculine, fiery chariot energy, much stronger than a Fool card. 2 of Cups. So in this position, this is, will you get it? Will you get it? Yeah, you will get it in respect to working with another, in relationship with another, where the focus should be. Beautiful combination of cards. This is the Princess of Cups. So the focus is on the lunar side. Lovely that we're coming out of the full moon energy, focusing on your allowing feelings to move through your body, allowing your intuition to really guide you deeply, allowing the intuition to guide you toward this passion. Is this a new passion project? Is this a new love? Are you feeling guided to contact somebody perhaps? This is the question of, is this on target? Is this on path? And the fact that we have a 2 and a 2, this 2 is facing towards this 2. I'm seeing the cross of the arms here, the cross of the arms here. This is like X marks the spot. I also kind of feel and see like a cross energy here. So we like have a 10, and a 10. It feels like a triple yes to me. So I don't know what's arising for you at this time, Mysticshaven, but it feels like you're really, really supported. And with all these 10s, it's like go ahead. Do not, no self-doubt. Oh my God. And then we've got strength. So this is perfect. Get out your journal, go out in the moon tonight, broadcast what it is your intention is, fully see it, fully believe it, maybe do a vision board today if you're not really, really clear. But the language around your question is that the path is clear, the path is open. And this path is, it's a solitary path, but it's a powerful path. It's a powerful path. And with the fiery energy that is presented, I feel we have like the fiery energy kind of sandwiching the whole reading here. I would encourage you to explore your active side as well too, your creativity. This 2 of Wands here also feels like there's something you're about to do, right? There's something you are embarking on. Be open and receptive to your own ideas and thoughts, and allow, if you have been doubting a growth of some kind, if you've been doubting the ability to make or create, don't, because this is a clear and wide open path. Hey there, Candy. Okay, so yeah, take a screenshot, because we always can get our own insight into these things as the days go on. Shungite, yes. Isn't that such a beautiful crystal? I love working with shungite. Okay. All right, so let's switch to MG, and I hope that was of some comfort or clarity to you, Mysticshaven. Look at this beautiful Empress card and this Wheel card. Oh my goodness. Just beautiful. Okay. Collect and shuffle. So MG says, hoping to get clarification on my fuzzy brain feeling. I don't call it blockage, just odd. You know, Brahmari breath can work really well with that. Do you know that practice, MG? Brahmari? So Brahmari breath is that practice where you, it's like you're doing that of the Om. You take an inhale breath and you and when the voice starts to then you do it again. And you do it again. There's no contraindications for this, and it's a lovely, lovely practice. It starts to awaken the throat. And If you close your eyes and cover your ears, I like to sit with my knees bent and folded up. So I'm either sitting on my bed or on the floor. It's called closing the gates. Then you feel the vibrations in the body. And this practice can really help to move energy. And when you said fuzzy brain, it's the perfect practice for fuzzy brain. It's called bumblebee breath. So you might want to Google that and you could get a couple of videos. I've never done a video on it. I know there's a couple of pretty videos on YouTube with people outside, outdoors doing bumblebee breath. Or Brahmari breath, as it's called in Sanskrit. You're welcome. Mysticshaven. Okay, so this is for MG. Let's have a look into any insights around this fuzzy brain that MG is experiencing at this time. Three of Cups. This is the desire position. So, this would speak to a desire for connection, a desire to share your emotions, a desire for heartfelt conversations. And so perhaps you have been not giving yourself space for that, where the focus should lie. Interesting. Okay, so love this card, snakes. And this came up in somebody else's reading earlier. So this reminds me of Shiva. Shiva often is depicted with his hair, his dreadlocks, as snakes. And those snakes actually represent the Ganga, the Ganges river, the river of life. And as I'm looking at this card, I haven't read the guidebook for this, and it'd be interesting to go back and look at it later. But with this being the Five of Wands, and I'm seeing all these snakes, there's a beautiful integration of the flowers here. And this really almost feels like an invitation to harmony, to harmonize. The fact that the snakes are in the head, I don't know. I feel like this is an internal conflict, one of those chattery minds that is full of anger or self-deprecation, or that maybe these internal conflicts are, I don't know, this is beautiful. Like, this is an invitation to peace. It's an invitation to connection. The wands are blossoming. There is, it's something different on the end of each wand. It also reminds me of, a lot of the gods and goddesses in the Hindu pantheon have, a myriad of tools that we can use to work through. So what you're desiring is connection. Perhaps this is about a resolution with a particular discrepancy or a particular argument or something challenging you have faced with someone. Kind of interesting. And then we have the Prince of Truth below. So the Prince of Truth is, will you get it? You will, your truth will come through. We need to like clear this up, right? This is a very focused, this is very focused. This is very scattered. I'm wondering if you have been openly communicating with those you wish to connect with, or you've been kind of hiding away and lost in your dreadlocks, so to speak. Two of Discs and the Lover's card. Okay. How can you create connection. And we have a 2 and a 2, right? I mean, we have a 2, but we also have in the lovers, we have, I know this is a 6, but it has that balance energy as well too. This is a card of connection. This is a card of connection. The way that this is drawn feels very, very connected. This feels like the focus is on getting through the mental chatter so that you can create the circumstances that you can, through which you can connect. Now, depending on what the COVID situation is where you live, this makes us get really, really creative, right? We need to connect through meetings and circles, either locally in small groups or through things like Zoom chats and Zoom conversations. So this fuzzy mind, the resolution to this fuzzy mind is through connection. And I also want to say, so this is, are you on your path? So part of your path is understanding your patterns. It's understanding what balance means to you. This is kind of beautiful how these two are looking at each other. I almost see a younger and an older version of self. The Lover's card can also represent different aspects of self, right? The masculine self, the divine self. So these are very much cards of balance. How are we going to achieve this balance? We're going to achieve this balance by getting crystal clear on our words, our communication. You know, like for example, if you have if you're connected through an online dating site, to go through and revise your bio, revise your description. If you have any, like on your social media, maybe this is about on your profiles, updating the language around your profiles, making it clear that you want to connect and why you want to connect and how you want to connect. Your medicine is through connection. So it's about, at this time, creating that for yourself. This is, will you have the energy to sustain this? And yes, this is a big yes to that. Okay? Time to come out of the closet, so to speak. Yeah. Alrighty. I hope that is of some help to you. All right, let's go to Mallory. Got 2 of Swords, beautiful. Look at the Hermit card. I'm definitely going to do a video on this deck. Definitely. You're welcome, MG. All righty, Mallory. Relationship focused. You're currently in a long-term relationship. Okay. This reading is for Mallory. Just take a moment, Mallory, to close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Let's get some insight into Mallory's present relationship situation. I feel like my lower body is lighting up. The need to move, the need to get active, dance, walk, run, play, skip. Low back, Why is my low back lighting up, Mallory? It's not adrenal fatigue, low back. It's just, yeah, I feel like activity. Move your hips. Move some energy in the physical body. Okay. Another card of connection. That's funny in terms of a relationship spread. Need to keep this channel fairly PG. Let's look at the focus. I don't know where you're going, Mallory, but I know where I'm going. This feels really, really interesting artwork too. Wow. So this card, this second position is, will you get it? Will you get the connection? And this is where your focus needs to lie. So your focus, your attention right now is on doing, it's on moving, it's on action, it's on using the whole brain. Look how the whole brain is lit up here. Is this in alignment? Wow. So yes, this is a time of movement. It's a time of doing something. Long-term Queen of Swords. Interesting connection between Justice and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so in your relationship, are you letting your partner know exactly what's on your mind? Are you able to articulate what you want in your relationship? I think, oh, you're very well. Thanks for the super chat, MG. You're very welcome. What about exercise? What about activities with your partner? Moving with your partner? Like physically doing more with your partner. And I'm also, yeah, I feel like there is an aspect of honest conversation with your partner that is required at this time. Letting your partner know where you would like the relationship to grow, in what way you would like the relationship to expand. How can we energize this relationship? And I think you know exactly how you would like the relationship to develop, expand, and grow. And if you have any hesitation around speaking your truth, sharing your feelings, sharing anything you've observed in the relationship, it's time for you to stand up and to move forward with that. It's like this relationship wants to blossom. This relationship wants to grow. These are cards of moving forward. These are cards of growth. This spread, Kate, is called the True Heart Tarot 5-card Insight Spread. Insight spread. And the card question, the prompts are in the description box below. Okay, so what I would do, Mallory, is to write them down and practice them in the mirror. Maybe even have your notes in hand when you sit together, and let your partner know that this is important to you. and that you want this relationship to grow. You want this relationship to expand. And all that your partner needs to do is hold space for you, right? This isn't about fixing. This is about listening to each other. And also give your partner the opportunity to share what they need to share as well, too. Star Seekers Tarot. Is that the one with all the different lovers cards? I sold that deck because I didn't like the Suit of Wands, if that's the deck I'm thinking of. It came in a beautiful box, right? And one of those boxes that folded out. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I don't have that deck anymore. Didn't like the wands. I loved the fairy tale quality of it, but I have other kind of fairy tale-y decks that I work much better with. All right, so can we go on to Ameya? Okay, so this is a reading for Ameya and Yogendra. Ameya and Yogendra. Ameya asks, does Spirit see marriage for Ameya and Yogendra? Okay, so let's get some clarity. Let's get some insight into the relationship of Yogendra and Ameya. Allow the cards to bring clarity and insight for Ameya. Allow my words to be a channel for your wisdom. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. You desire a strong, passionate, willful partner. So wands. Will you get it? This is fulfillment of the passion, fulfillment of the fire. When I was talking to, I'm sorry, the readings all get mixed up for me. This was, I believe, the first reading that we did. What I was noticing in this particular Ten of Wands is how the fire supports the beetle. And the foundation, maybe the foundation of this relationship is in the passion. And to acknowledge that and allow the passion to take you to new heights. Allow the passion to make the relationship stronger. This passion, wow, what a beautiful Eight of Discs. Look at the spider web here in the trees. The trees are flowering. Very, very focused energy. Okay. The relationship will help you to grow and expand creatively, to become stronger, to focus on things that you love and desire. Is this relationship in alignment with your path? Most definitely. And long term, will you be able to sustain this relationship? Princess of Swords in this position is kind of an odd card to have. So if we look at this as the two of you, I'm not sure which one represents you. So this could be Yogendra. This could be Yogendra. So this is, the Princess of Swords is kind of naive, but also very, very energetic and open to trying new things. The King of Wands loves change and loves to try new things and loves to be active and doesn't like to sit around for too long. Physically likes to be active, likes to move and try a lot of different things. I'm going to answer your question directly in a moment. I just need to kind of reflect on some of this. This feels like you need to, this is the advice of where your energy needs to be right now. You would benefit from some focus. Focus on your work, focus on your craft, focus on something that fulfills you. So rather than focusing on the relationship, focus on the fulfillment, fulfilling yourself, making yourself feel strong. Emotionally, so this position was if attained, if is the desire in alignment with your higher self. Interesting, because this is such an emotional card. I mean, this is a beautiful card. The nines are almost divinely guided in a way that speaks beyond words. I love all the colors in this card. It feels like, so the answer to, I say yes. Yes. And it will not be a conventional relationship. But it feels like you two will be able to balance your time together with your time apart. And this feels like you will need space in the relationship. Both of these players are very dynamic, very, very dynamic. So it's important that you each have your own space and respect each other's space. Do you see marriage for me and Yogendra? Would love to know with this spread, any guidance. Okay. This card, underneath this card, feels like you focusing on your personal growth is important to the health of the relationship. I want to say hi to people that are coming in. Joseph's here. Hello to Joseph and Andrea, Bianca. Good. I'm glad that's helpful, Ameya. All right. Yeah, Effie, of course you can be added. Thank you for the donation. Okay. For those of you that were asking about this deck, I didn't buy Modern Witch. I do have the, oh my goodness, what's the first pastel deck that Liminal 11 did? I have that one, not crazy about it. I had the Star Seed, sold that one. This one feels, I'm liking this one a lot better. Yeah. And hello to the Infinite Sage. I didn't say hello to you. Welcome. So Effie wants to know, where should I focus in regards to my tarot practice? Okay. Where should I focus in regards to my tarot practice? All right, this reading is for Effie. So the theme today, I didn't do a group reading today, and I might do one at the end. Maybe I'll close with that today, but there's definitely a theme of throat today. There's a theme of voice. And Effie, that my ears feel like the messages are overwhelming. So, oh wow. Okay, so did you see that? Like the deck didn't want to cut. It did not want to cut clearly. So I'm going to try that again. I really feel like, there we go, that's better. When you cut a deck, if you don't feel that magnetic pull, it's really worthwhile putting it back together again. There's something about that indecisive falling apart of the cards that doesn't sit well with me. Okay, so what do you desire? You desire to move on from something. You desire to stop seeing your cup half empty, to start seeing your cup half full. Let us look at the artwork in this particular deck. So she's in the bath. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot of eyes looking in on her. There's only one eye visible on her face. She is in the water. We see the window with the fair sky behind. Okay. I also feel like this is purification, that all of these tears are purification of the third eye chakra. This definitely feels like in answer to your question, the trusting in your intuition, allowing your readings to flow, to maybe put away your resources, put away the guidebooks, put away all the extra information that you have, and to start to really lean into more, let your readings be you, uniquely you, in a way that if you want to throw something on the table with your readings that feels kind of different, that nobody else does, be guided, not you don't need to rely on other people. You have enough information, you have enough practice to do this on your own and make this your own. The Empress is up here and where you need to focus. And so this is on growing your business. This is on knowing that you have this. This is a beautiful card to show up here. And why is the Seven of Swords sitting underneath, kind of blocking and preventing this growth? Fingers are crossed behind the back. Are you telling yourself a lie? Are you telling yourself a lie? Are you not being honest with yourself? Is this like a self-defeating situation? The truth is that if you focus on the growth, you will start to see the cups that are standing up, the cups that are upright. But right now, the focus seems to be on, do you need to come out of the tarot closet? Thank you for the super chat, Infinite Sage. I will definitely get to your question ASAP. Are you out of the tarot closet? I guess that's my question. And this feels to me like you need to come out of the tarot closet, come out of the spiritual closet. If you were to embrace your spirituality, Star card, Ten of Wands, we got this card again. Remember when I was saying about this card? This feels like going for your passion. And in whatever capacity you are not letting your truth, your true spiritual nature be revealed, this is what needs to come out. This is what needs to come forward. You need to let people know you are intuitive. Let people know you find joy and you love playing with the cards. Share the artwork. Do single card draws for friends. Post on your Instagram story a card a day. Like, let people know that this makes you happy and that this is who you are. And there's nothing, weird about this. So I'm waiting to see if you can comment, but yeah, this is a big go ahead card. It feels, the star opens up the path. This is, are you on path? Yes, you are on path. You just need to let go of that self-doubt. The self-doubt and those half-truths that you tell yourself. Okay. Alrighty. So where are we at here? Oh, Mallory's watching the readings in the full moon. Oh, beautiful. You must be in, where are you? Tell me where you are. That would be nice to know where you are, Mallory. Okay, and then Maddie is next, but I am going to go to skip ahead to the super chat, and then I will come back to, I'll come back to Mallory. Sorry, I'll come back to Maddie. So welcome to Infinite Sage. You have this wonderful deck. I would love to know whatever spirit message spirit has for me. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for joining us today in the chat. You're in Singapore. Oh, I did know that, didn't I? Yes, I did. I knew that. I should really keep a little chart. Mallory is from Singapore. Bianca's from Spain. Keep telling me, everybody, keep telling me where you're from. Keep telling me if you have a YouTube name that isn't your name and you'd like to be called by your first name, not your YouTube name. Remind me. Yeah. Never be shy about saying stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go Infinite Sage, and then I'll hop back up to Maddie. So let's focus right now on Infinite Sage. Let's find some insight, some clarity around Infinite Sage's present energy, circumstances. Sorry, I need to take a drink of water. Shouldn't need to apologize for drinking water, right? Okay. Okay. Infinite Sage. All right, so this is not the first time this card has come up either. We have this theme today, this theme of getting clear about what you want. What do you really, really want? What do you... The seven invites us to tap also into our resources, to understand the magic that magician kind of energy. On this particular card, I'm just really drawn to the tattoos all over the body and the fact that the mandala, you have this deck, right? I love that mandala on the back. It's like it's energizing the heart. It's energizing the heart space. So really listen to your heart. We're listening to the back of the heart. We're listening to things we've heard over and over. Maybe things that we haven't, we've kind of brushed away, we've suppressed or put under the rug because you desire something. Look at the star directly underneath. Okay, I want to pull the other cards and then we'll carry on here. Look at this reflection. Many aspects here. There's a lot of aspects here. The focus. Oh my goodness. We've had a very similar reading today. Almost identical, slightly different card positions. 7-7. Strength. I know this came up. These 3 cards came up in another reading today. Okay. So your message from Spirit is one about getting really, really clear on your next step. So when you do your next draw, that language around what is my next step? If you don't know where it is you want to go, if you feel like you're not moving forward, it's because you haven't clearly articulated what that next step is. With these 2 7s here, I feel like that power is infinite. That power is infinite. We have the infinite energy of strength underneath. And this water and fire 7s joined together is like that magician. It's like that as above, so below. You've got this. And as in that previous reading, the fire is over the water. The fire is taking charge. Have a good sleep, Mallory. Thanks for being here. Okay, so are you in alignment? This is the High Priestess. What is your question? Oh, it's just a general message. Okay, so High Priestess would indicate that you are in alignment, that you have been listening to your intuition, you've been listening to yourself, and long term, will you be able to sustain this? This is such an interesting card. So the superhero in you is still there. Notice how we have the 7 and the 9. So that the message is to continue to stand strong, to continue to stand up for what you believe in, to continue to follow your passion, your will, and to know that nobody ever succeeded without a few scars, without needing to have some kind of physiotherapy, right? We need, our physical bodies take a toll when we are so passionate about what we do. But these 2 cards together, along with the strength card, really speak to you stepping forth. This feels like some hesitation. Like, why are you not crystal clear on what it is that you want to do? Effie's in Canada. Thanks for sharing. So yes, you're in alignment, and there's this process of getting clear. I'm really drawn to the red. I'm looking at my computer, and there's something about that red, that fire. You know, I weird message, Infinite Sage. Put on a red dress. Put on a red dress. Put on some red pants, a red outfit. Like, put on some red lipstick. Make your favorite meal tonight. Spice up whatever's going on in the bedroom. Like, maybe it's the fire you need to put, maybe you need to play with the fire to get clearer. And you know how to listen. You definitely know how to listen. And the High Priestess will keep bringing you back to this balance between the fire and the lunar and the solar energy. Notice the two absent suits we have here. Okay, so we have no air and we have no earth. So make sure that you remain grounded as you take this contemplation a little further. It's just, it's absolutely wonderful. And what I want to say, for those of you who read, you know what I'm saying. And I have said this many times. Why, when I do these live readings, do we have these themes that come up over and over? We get repeating cards. We get messages that are, I don't know, it's just, it's bizarre. Spirit is really, really listening, and we just need to trust. I said I was going to go back to Maddie, so I am just looking for Maddie's question. Hashtag tarot is here as well too. Okay, there's Maddie. Okay. Yeah, the collective messages are very powerful, Kate. Okay. Time is 1:07. So I'm going to do Maddie's reading, and then I think I will, well, I'll see. I'll do Maddie's reading and then I'll see. Excuse me. Okay. I just turned the deck over and there we go. There's our magician in the luminosity of the super pink moon of April 2021. Maddie asks, can you please tell me about my ex's feelings and his new relationship? Oh, this is very third party-ish. Okay. So why? Why do you want to know this? Maddie, why? Why do you want to know this? I think this spread is perfect for you, Maddie. I think this spread is going to help you to find a new focus, right? So your question is focusing, still haven't moved on. Okay, so your question is focusing on the external rather than focusing on your growth and moving forward and so forth. Infinite Sage. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you very much. Your father's nickname is Red. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills. Go put on a red dress. Go put on a, I don't know what it is, red lipstick, something. Yeah. And look, the backs of the cards are red too. Okay, so let's focus on Maddie and Maddie's previous relationship. She's having trouble moving on from. All right. And I'm sure everybody in the chat can empathize with Maddie that it's hard. It's hard to let go. And if you're, so I just want to say this. So if your ex has moved on and there were unresolved issues, your ex is going to be working through those issues in the new relationship. And depending on how mature he is, he may or may not see that, but just know that we all are on our journeys, and whatever this was, he wasn't able to work through it with you. Anyway, let's find some comfort and clarity for Maddie. Allow me to be a vessel, a channel for your wisdom. Allow the cards to provide clarity and insight into Maddie's present situation. So be it. Oh my goodness. So Maddie desires a family. Look at this, 10, 10, 7. This is a beautiful card to, I love that this card came up. You know, this is like, take your time. Take your time. There's no prescription for how long it takes to get through a breakup, to get through something. The 3 of Swords is showing up, right? So it's beautiful that this shows up here, and it acknowledges Maddie's pain. We don't want to dummy down our pain. We don't want to dummy down our sorrow. Okay. I'm not answering your question. I'm focusing on you, Maddie, okay, and how I can help you move forward. And I might pull a couple of cards to answer your question directly, but I want to focus on you, okay? And I want to acknowledge that you desire a family, you desire happiness, you desire connection, you desire a meaningful relationship. And at this time, there is the need to be, isn't this interesting? Look at this. I almost feel like, you see this mirror here on the bug and the heart and the 3 of Hearts? For some reason, you're moving through this pain, and you need to be exactly where you are right now. And I know that's a hard thing to hear. This is where your focus needs to lie. And this is just crazy. So we have the 10. We have the 10 and the 10. Okay. 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands. Balance. So in an ideal relationship, Maddie, what are the qualities that you desire in a partner? And how do you see the relationship? A beautiful exercise is for you to write down exactly and start listing the qualities that you want, that you desire in a relationship. This is what you desire. But now I want you to write down the details of this desire, the details of this. Spirit moved you away from this relationship because that particular partner wasn't able to give you what you desire. It wasn't the right relationship for you. And even though that is really difficult, if you can embrace that and start to get really, really clear, really, really focused on what it is that you want and the kind of relationship that you want. You will get what you want. Remember, I was talking about this card, and I really feel the trajectory of this card. 10 and 10. Your life is turning. The cycles are turning, right? The 10 turns to the 1. It begins all over again. And it's going to take some time to get clear on this. It's going to take some time to move through it. But you really would benefit from exactly what I said, right? So start to make some lists or write it as a letter. Another way to do this exercise is to write it to the divine masculine, to speak in a way that feels, so I'm also, okay, this is kind of a hard one to share on YouTube, but another way to approach this exercise is to go back and reflect on the qualities of your relationship with your father and to pull out the very, very best qualities of your relationship with your father and then expand on that, and turn everything to the positive and add to that list all of the things that your father wasn't able to give you. It's always a good idea to check in with the qualities of your father that were with the ex, and are these the qualities that you want in a future partner? So these are all really practical exercises. And the reason that I'm saying this is because in the Two of Wands, before we actually step forth, we want to get clear. And this is today's message. Today's message is about getting clear. Take your time. This is a card of taking your time. You need to plant the seeds. And writing those letters is the exercise of planting the seeds with full faith that it will come true. You have to believe that it's going to come true. Okay. This card here showing up for me in your reading today is to acknowledge your sorrow. It's to acknowledge the pain and to allow yourself to be in the grief of the loss of the relationship. So this is your quiet time where you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to feel sad. And then you stand up, you go to your table, you get your pen, your journal, your note paper, and you just start writing. You start writing and getting really, really clear. Maybe you cut out magazines. Maybe you do it as a vision board. Maybe you start posting on Instagram inspirational messages or inspirational places that you would like to go with your new partner. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, and then I want to answer your question because I want to give you the gift of that as well too. And this will be it for today. So Maddie specifically asked what her ex was feeling in his new relationship. Okay. I'm just going to change the banner beforehand because I don't want to forget. So next week I am starting a new tarot class. This is a 22-week tarot class. There are a few spots left. And this is for beginners beginners or those who haven't really got a grasp on reading tarot. So 22 Tuesdays, it might go a little longer than 22 weeks. I might take a break in July. I did a video about this class. If you go to my channel, you can see not far back the video about tarot foundations. Okay. Maddie's ex. What are Maddie's ex's feelings? Give us a little bit of insight into the relationship with Maddie's ex and his new relationship. Okay. Okay, this is your ex is feeling like the new relationship is a breath of fresh air, moving away from the confrontation, moving away from some kind of perhaps internal struggle, and moving to something lighter. And that's not an easy message to receive. Okay, one more card. Wow. So these are sixes, 6 of air, 6 of fire. And the 6s represent harmony, beauty, peace, balance. And so your ex is feeling balanced and a lot more at peace in his new relationship. And so if you can give him, express your, if you can be grateful for that, let him go, let him know that he's happy, and start to do some of the things that Spirit has suggested for you. And please know that everything that comes out of my mouth comes through me, not from me. It's for you. It's for your healing. It's for your healing journey. Okay? So I want to thank everyone who was here today. And I'm just going to pop through the chat and just say a final hello to everyone I didn't chat with. And so those of you that didn't get a reading today, please come back next Tuesday. Come back early in the hour. I see there's lots of questions. Hashtag is from Germany. No, Gemini brain. Not Germany, Gemini brain. Excellent. I think I said hello to everybody in the chat. You're wonderful. Yeah, and send lots of love. Send lots of love to Maddie. She's going to need everybody's energy surrounding her, supporting her. Okay, tomorrow I go live in the Facebook group Wednesday nights. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, we talk about all things metaphysical. Also, the link for the Facebook group is in the description box below. We also have a book club there, and we're starting our 3rd book, which is Autobiography of a Yogi. And our first Zoom meeting for that is in about 2 weeks' time. And I also provide newsletters and study prompts and things for the book club. So that's a kind of a unique feature to our group. It's a small group. It's still under 100 people, and everybody's very supportive. And Wednesday night live chats is an opportunity to, we talk about the weekly reading. So I post a weekly reading in the group, and we look at that. We talk about the spread. We talk about book club. We talk about anything else that has come up in anybody's posts during the week. So it's a lovely space, and it's very small still. So yeah, it's a great little group. Crystal workshop starts tomorrow. After that, so right from the Facebook Live, I'm going to go into the Crystal course. And if you register today, you'll get your PDF and your Zoom link right away. And then next Tuesday, the 22-week tarot class begins. Yeah. And if you weren't here at the beginning, my goodness, I'm going to say this one more time. Mark your calendars, because Tarothon 2021 is on May 30th. And I will be on towards the end of Tarothon. I'll be on at 9 p.m. Pacific. And that'll be already Monday in the UK, I believe. So yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of it this year. I've never been a part of it. This is the 4th year. It's a 24-hour, 24 different presentations. And one of the presentations has a group of 3. One of the presentations is Shane and Elle. So yeah, you're going to get a few more than almost maybe close 23 23, 24, 25, 26, about 26 different presenters. Yeah, and lots of great channels. The video, so I have a video I posted the video yesterday. So if you go to the video, you can see the whole schedule and everybody's there, and you can go and subscribe to their channels. And a big shout out to Jen's Balanced Tarot, because she did an amazing job. She took over the organization of the event this year. Simon from the Hermit's Cave has stepped down as the organizer. So I'm really, really excited. Yes, I am a busy lady. I love what I do and I do what I love. And I feel very, very grateful that I get to do what I love and love what I do. Love you, Sunshine. If you can come back next week, I will definitely do a reading for you. It's always good to come back in the top of the hour, and then you'll be guaranteed to get your question answered. And for those of you whose questions can't wait, you can always book a personal reading with me, and that information is also in the description box below. Stay well, everybody. Take care of each other, and I will see you all very soon. Namaste.